We don't all have the same 24 hours in a day. You ever heard someone say that when they're making excuses for not doing something? I always wonder what they mean by that. Like, do you mean that you feel like you have 23 hours or something? I know most people don't say that. They say, I don't have enough free time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is, we do all have the same 24 hours in a day, but we all use them differently. And the people who use them poorly fall into the time poverty trap. They think that there's never enough time to worry about their health, their fitness, or other important things. They think, oh, in terms of time, I'm broke. Now, I'll give a disclaimer as well before I start complaining about these people. If you're a parent, let's say a single parent, you might be an exception because, yeah, that shit's fucked. Although, even then, I will say, in terms of just exercise or eating decently, like, bring your kid into it. Have them fucking exercise with you. Use them as a weight. Cook with them. Teach them something while you're cooking. You can still do it, but that's like the only situation where I'm like, you know what? You might just be fucked. I don't know. If you're a mother, you have like 4 kids and you have no one to help you. You know what? You might just be fucked. I don't know. Like there's definitely a way to still make it work even in that case, but I don't know if you have the sanity left. So I don't know. And I hesitate to say this stuff because then someone who's listening is gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm justified not doing shit. I got kids. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. I'm just saying, if you're a single parent, the shit's fucked. I'm sure you can find a way, though. I believe in you. Shit's extra fucked for you. Just saying. Or another case, hypothetically, back in the day, I'm sure this might happen these days, but I'm talking like 100 years ago or more. Early days America, mid days America, whatever. You had those immigrants who came in. They had like fucking 5 kids. They worked at the factory for 18 hours. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, fair enough. But we're not talking about these cases. And if so, there's some other case that comes up, shut the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you can make time. That's gonna be the general point. If you're too dumb or you're too mad, just click off right now. But just remember, you can make some time. But let's get into it. A lot of people, especially busy adults, they're thinking, "Oh man, I have no time to do anything." But the interesting thing is, when they get down, they want to decompress. They want to chill out. And by that, I usually mean like scrolling on social media or watching some YouTube videos or whatever, which not a problem on their own. I mean, the social media thing has mental consequences, but chilling out, watching some YouTube, watching some anime, whatever, that's totally cool and badass, right? But if you're doing that and you say you do not have time, you're bullshitting yourself. What you mean to say is you don't want to prioritize this thing with the time that you do have. There have been times back a couple years ago when I was really heavy into playing video games a lot. Here's the thing, when I was losing weight, the 100 pounds, when they were coming off like 15 years ago when I was starting that, here's the thing, I was actually a couch potato except when I exercised. Like I would literally go to the gym, go exercise, then go to my room and fucking play video games, waste time on the internet, eat. That's it. So my point is, I prioritize health and fitness from a long time ago, and that stayed true it stays true today. I remember that there was a time where my schedule was really shitty. Like 4 years ago, I had another office job where I would sometimes be driving home. It'd be nighttime. You know that feeling when you're done with work, but the sun's down. It's like fuck, the day is basically over. I didn't have that much time. I wanted to go home, just play some games or watch something, but I'm like, today is the day I have to exercise, so I'm gonna drive to the gym and fucking do it. If that means I have just like half an hour when I get back home, well, that's how it has to be. And there were even some times where I was driving home. I had to drive home with my girlfriend at the time. I mean, she's still my girlfriend, but at the time I had to drive with her. And she's like, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm like, fucking Christ, are you serious? So I had to drive her back home, then go to the gym, then exercise, then go back home. So yeah, it would have been easy for me to say, yeah, I just want to go home and with my last 2 hours of the day, let me just watch some stuff, chill out. And That would have been me falling into the time poverty trap. What's better, time tightness trap? I like alliteration. I don't know what I'm gonna name this episode. We'll see. But I'll use them interchangeably. Time poverty trap, time tightness trap, the mental trap of you thinking you don't have time. My point is, you do have time, unless for some godforsaken reason, there are things that you have to do until you have like even less than 8 hours to sleep. At that point, fine, go to sleep. But you don't live that life. Don't kid yourself. And I'm only shaming people just a little bit. I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm talking down. Fuck you. You're a lazy piece of shit. What I'm more saying is, please look more deeply into your time and see where it can be better used, because I guarantee you have more time than you think you do. It's just that you're using it on other things. For example, I know someone who they don't like, they have a specific goal, and I told them many times, hey, you need to track your calories. Now, luckily, it's not a client of mine, because I would have fucking kicked them to the curb a while ago if that were the case. But it's someone I know personally. They're like, oh, I don't want to count. I don't feel like counting calories or whatever. Like, it takes too much time. And first of all, that's fucking absurd. Tracking your food does not take much time at all. But what I did was, okay, how much time does it take you? They were like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes. Two things. First of all, that's not a lot of time. For the return that you get, knowing what you're intaking, that's fucking great. Secondly, it does not take that much time. They're just throwing out a fucking number out there because they don't track their calories. Thirdly, they use those same 10, 15 minutes to watch an extra YouTube video. So I'm thinking, what? And this is how most people think. Now, here's something. If you're like, you know what, I have the time, I just don't care, you're awesome. I mean, you're not going to live as long as I want you to, but that's fucking sick. You acknowledge it. You're like, hey, yeah, I don't want to spend the time on that. It's not a priority. You know what? Fair enough. Cool. Very badass. But if you're in denial, that's not cool. Now, some people feel like they don't have enough time because they're, the work culture sucks. You have to commute. You got to go to work. And then when you go to work, for some jobs, they're like, hey, I'm contacting you on Slack or Teams or whatever. Hey, you got time? Like, no. Here's a tip, by the way. Anything work related, if possible, a lot of these like messaging types of things, they have a do not disturb mode. So set your hours like after 5 or whatever. It just does not alert you until the next day. And if not, there are apps that can accomplish that for you, or you can just manually turn off notifications. If you have Android, if you have iPhone, get fucked, I guess, because Apple doesn't want you to do anything that would benefit you or be customizable. So you're gonna just have to deal with it, I guess. But point being, some people think they don't have a lot of time because their work keeps encroaching on their fucking personal life, which is annoying. And some people think they just have to be busy in general. Oh, I don't have free time. My calendar is booked on purpose. I forgot who said this. And with the power of editing, I tried really hard to look it up. But anyway, this quote I heard one time was pretty nice. Life exists. Well, I think I'm butchering it. But anyway, life exists between calendar appointments, which means like the times you're not forced to do something you don't necessarily want to do. That's when your life is, basically, right? So if you try to fill that up, you're not going to have a life or time for things. Not counting appointments for fun stuff, of course. But yeah, some people think they gotta be real busy, and then they neglect other really important things. A lot of people, they fall into this time poverty trap because not that they're lacking actual time, it's because they feel like they don't have control over the schedule, or they're pissing away their time. And here's the thing, you don't actually need that much time to care about your fitness or nutrition. Like I gave the example with this person who thought tracking their calories took 15 fucking minutes per day. If they're listening to this, they might be upset at me, but whatever. Some people think, oh yeah, the gym takes 2 hours. Not really. There's some days where I'm like really efficient in the gym. I'm like, I thought the hour number would be one bigger by now. That's crazy. But no, I'm actually just done. That's cool. Now, granted, I'm fairly efficient in the gym because I focus on movement patterns instead of specific exercises, so I don't have to waste time waiting for a specific equipment or whatever. And if you want to learn more about that, check the description for that fun little course. And as a result, it takes like an hour or less for me to work out depending on what I'm doing. Obviously, it doesn't count getting to the gym, changing, blah, 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 blah. The actual exercise, though, it's pretty efficient. Most people think you need 2 hours to exercise, and that's because they're following this bodybuilding shit where they're like, oh man, I'm gonna do an exercise for every fucking part of my upper body today. Yeah, buddy, 7 sets for my fucking triceps, shoulders, biceps, forearms, chest, upper chest, lower, fuck off. A lot of people think that needs to be done. It doesn't. So sometimes when they say, oh, I don't have time, they're saying that under a false assumption that the time they need is more than the time that they have. I think I'm going to cut out. Usually in these episodes, I have like a kind of victim spotlight. You know, like people who are most at risk of this issue that I talk about. And I feel like every single fucking time I do it. This is the 50th fucking episode. I only started this format a couple dozen ago, I think. But basically every time this most at risk comes up, it's beginners who don't know better. That's basically what it fucking is. So I think I'm going to cut this shit out, at least this time. So, weave it into something else. But anyway, if you're wondering, oh, the people who are most hurt by this, I'm not saying that this time. You know who it is. It's you. So let's play devil's advocate. I genuinely don't have time. My schedule's packed from morning to night. I doubt it. I gave copious examples of this actually probably being the case earlier on, but like I said, you can usually always find a way. Shit, even if you work in a cubicle, dude, you can get some squat. I mean, it's not gonna be comfortable, but like if you literally have no other time, it's fucking squat in your cubicle, you know? Air squats are good. Some push-ups maybe, I don't know. Just saying, you probably do have time. You just want to use it in a different way, which is cool, but don't lie to yourself. If I can't do a full hour at the gym, it's not worth it. I kind of get where this is coming from. Like, if you can't get a full body workout in, then it's not great. But listen, if you don't have time, get what you can get. And also, it doesn't take a full hour. Not if you're focusing on just the patterns. Meal prepping and eating healthy takes too long compared to takeout. Well, too long is an opinion. Does it take longer? Sometimes. I mean, depending what you're prepping. If you go to a place, then have it, wait in a drive-thru or whatever, then that could take longer. If you're talking about delivery, yeah, that's faster than anything, of course. But here's the thing. If you're having delivery, I was going to say there are plenty of healthy options, but there aren't. So choose Chipotle whenever you can, I guess. That's pretty good. Yeah, I guess if you can't meal prep, order Chipotle. That's my recommendation for this devil here. And meal prepping doesn't take that long. Just honestly, here's the thing. What helps me, figure out what you like and see if you can optimize it. Okay, I've made my taste way simpler recently because I don't like cooking for like 2 hours. My girlfriend does that. She cooks for like an hour and a half or something. There's pots, pans, fucking the whole sink is fucked. Then it takes extra time to clean that. And I'm like, listen, the food may come out good, but I can get pretty good food with much less preparation, much less time. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to simplify my taste, not remove what I like out of my life. Just simplify it. Swap things around, whatever. Make it work for you. If you want to eat that good stuff, maybe takeout would be best for you if you want all that preparation without having to spend the time. I don't know. If you're going to cook, you should simplify. Don't fucking waste the whole day. Because then you really won't have time. I'll focus on my health when things slow down at work. Things are never going to slow down. I mean, they may slow down, but the thing is, a couple things wrong with that. One, if you do wait for them to slow down, you're just going to stop when they're not slow anymore. Second, this is just an excuse. Don't kid yourself. Third, if you're not going to do it now when you're somewhat busy, you're probably never going to do it. Let's be real. If it's this easy to dissuade you, you're probably just not going to do it. So don't say that you are. Just say, I'm not going to do it. It's too much. Fourth, if you are busy and you can still make it work by being smart about it, guess what? When things do slow down, holy fuck, you're going to have a lot more time while keeping up the habit you started while you were busy. That's sick. Shortcuts and quick fixes are the only way for people like me. I don't know I don't know. This is stupid. I don't want to address this devil. That's dumb. Only way for people like you? What are you talking? You mean like lipo or something? Liposuction? I don't know. I don't agree with you, man. I think you can, instead of shortcuts and quick fixes, you can shorten the time of other things that are maybe wasting your time and get quicker workouts in, possibly. That's probably better for you. And the last one, people who make time for fitness must not have real responsibilities. I'm not gonna lie, I work from home, obviously. When I'm at the gym, sometimes at like 11 a.m., sometimes I think, do these people not have jobs? Ignoring the irony of me being there. Yeah, true. If you don't have a lot of responsibilities, you can devote a lot more time for this. But here's the thing: a lot of people who are really fit, pretty healthy, they're busy as shit. They just have different priorities than you. This is like a butthurt devil. They don't have real responsibilities. It's like those people say, "Oh, they're fit. They must not have kids." They're fit parents, right? Anyway, let's get into some stats over here. Over half of Americans cite lack of time as a primary reason for not exercising regularly. Real reason is they don't want to prioritize that time. They would rather use it on TikTok or Netflix or jerking off or whatever. Here's what I say to them. Exercise or track your food, whatever, meal prep first, and then jerk off on TikTok, whatever, okay? See if you got time for it. Maybe you have less, but you probably don't need that much time to do your little quick fix thing, right? Your quick little hit. Because let's be real, whether you spend 10 minutes on shit like that or an hour, it's going to be the same thing. Like, you're just going to remember, like, none of it. So, who cares? Fuck that. Focus on something that'll last. 80% of people overestimate the time required for a workout. They think they need 60 minutes or more, 1 hour. Really, you need, it depends, honestly, what you're doing. I remember one time I was, like, just counting the actual workout stuff. I think I was done in, like, 26 minutes. These days, I take a little more. Not quite an hour, but a little more because, I'm trying to accomplish more stuff. But you don't need, like, literally getting the movements down. You got the push, pull, hinge, knee dominant, whatever. If you superset as well, it's pretty quick. About half of adults say they always feel rushed and they rarely have time to relax. Some of this might be because of their lifestyle, feels extra busy, stuff like that. Saying no to things is a pretty good skill. Only about 1/4 of U.S. adults get their recommended amount of exercise each week, with the main barrier being lack of time when they don't accomplish that. I think that's kind of high, 23%. Get exercise each week? That's crazy. Good on them, though. About 1/3 of Americans say they don't have time to cook healthy meals, but average meal prep is honestly, like, depends what you're doing, of course, but you can get this done in like half an hour or less. Just cook a meal, but bigger, and then portion it out and put it in the fridge. It's not crazy. About 80% of gym memberships go unused with not enough time as a top reason for them not showing up. That was one of the funniest things when I used to work at Blink Fitness and Equinox. Mostly Blink Fitness, because, the people there paid less, so less patients, more complaints, that kind of shit. I remember overhearing a lot of the front desk conversations about people wanting to cancel their membership, and a lot of them said, hey, I don't go here. Like, I haven't been here in 2 months. Why are you charging me for this month? Which is crazy to say. Not only do people not realize that for a gym, you're paying for access, not usage. So it doesn't matter if you go once a month or every day. It doesn't matter. You pay the same. But it's also sad how they're just saying, hey, I'm giving up. I don't want to do this. Because it's usually never a timed thing. Let's be fucking real. Unless the gym is like super far away and they can't reasonably fit it in. But usually it's not, a time thing. Because if that were the case, what I just said, they wouldn't have signed up in the first place. Probably just signed up for, New Year's and never showed up and just saying, I don't have time. It's not that I don't have the discipline to come, or I'm too lazy. I don't have time. Sure. Studies show that people who schedule short, regular exercise sessions are 2.5 times more likely to stick with their routines than people waiting for the perfect time. There's no perfect time. What you can do, instead of pretending that exercise takes more than an hour, is just schedule smaller ones and get them done maybe more frequently or something like that. It doesn't even have to be more frequently. Just do something. Just make it shorter. Make it work. If you don't have that much time, lower the amount of time then. This one's interesting. I mean, this is obvious too. About 2/3 of people who report having no time for exercise spend at least 30 minutes daily on activities that don't further their goals. That means they're on that means they're scrolling on their phones. Which, by the way, it's not great by itself, but if you've done everything you need to do for the day, fucking whatever. Okay? But if you're gonna say I don't have time and you're doing that, you're full of shit, and that's not good. So how do you survive this? Here's the tip. Honestly, you probably do have time, but here's how you figure it out for real. This is like the only tip I'm gonna give. Do a time audit. There's a specific one by Dr. David Burns you can look up about what your tasks are, what you did for each, or what you plan to do for each hour of the day, and then what you actually did for that hour of the day. So I recommend that one. Or even easier, literally as you're going through the day, write what you're doing for each hour or half hour, whatever. And at the end of the day, look, what time was I just bullshitting, or what time could be changed or maybe condensed or something like that. And then you'll figure out, oh, I do have some time here and there. Maybe I can combine those little heres and theres and do something useful. Like track my fucking food for the 2 minutes it takes. So do a time audit. However you want to do that, it's up to you, but you got to do one. You got to figure it out. And if you don't, you're not going to make it. Let me know in the comments. Say, hey, actually, I actually do not have time. All right, bro. Anyway, see you next time.